Hello students, in the ICT today we are going to look at the maintenance schedule. How can we prepare a maintenance schedule? Maintenance of our computer system is very important. If you want that your system should work properly, you need to take care of that. And for that you should have a maintenance schedule. So what are the main activities that we are going to consider in the maintenance schedule? The first thing is that all the key components of your computer like the keyboard, mouse, monitor, etc., they need to be cleaned. And while cleaning them, we should take care that we are not going to clean them with wet cloth, because that water may harm your keyboards, monitors, or your mouse. Then if we have certain hardwares which are not working properly, so we need to replace those hardwares. While we are working on the computer, we should take care that we do not keep any food items near your computer, because they may spill and may damage your keyboard, your monitor, or any other hardware that you have attached. The cables and the cords that you attach with your system, they should not be messed up with each other. You should take care that they are properly kept. All the unauthorized softwares which are there in your computer, you should remove them time to time, otherwise they are going to make your system slow. Wherever you are working, whenever you are working, take a regular backup of the data, because this backup data is going to help you in case if your system crash. Backup means that keeping a copy of your data, that is the backup. Then you have to see that periodically you have to check that backup also. That backup may also get damaged. So periodically you have to check your backup also, that whether it is working properly or not. And you should use an external hard drive for the backup of your data. Then one very important thing is that you should run antivirus periodically on your system, because this is going to make your system's performance better. Any unwanted software if you have, that will be removed by the antivirus. So we should periodically run antivirus on our systems. And one important thing to be kept in mind with the antivirus is that our antivirus should also be updated. We should keep the update version. The older versions will not be able to detect all the viruses of your system. So that antivirus should also be updated. We have the batteries along with our computer systems, so we should never keep them covered. We should never keep them covered, and we should never even overcharge these batteries, because this is going to harm the battery. All the vents which are provided in your system, at the CPU, at the back you can see there is a vent. In your laptops, your monitors, there are vents. So keep those vents open. Do not cover them, because they help to eliminate the heat of these hardwares out. So always remember that if you block these vents, if you cover these parts, they are going to damage your hardwares due to the generation of heat inside. And one very important thing that need to be kept in the mind is that always shut down the computer properly. Proper shutdown of the computer is required. Then regular scans. We have already talked that we should have the virus, and regular scan should be done for the viruses, for the malwares, because this will make your system fit and fine to work, and this should be done periodically. You can decide whether you want a weekly scan, whether you want a monthly scan, that you can decide, and you can tell it to your antivirus, so automatically that will be done weekly or monthly as you have assigned. Then a disk fragmentation should be done. Your disk should be divided into parts, that is for disk fragmentation, because with this the unnecessary information that we have stored on any of the disk will not be there, and your system will not get slowed down. Unnecessary, all the information that you have kept on your system, that can be removed with the defragmentation. Then after that, we have how can we protect our computers against virus? We have already told that viruses are actually a vital information resources under siege. That means when your important resources of the system, they do not work properly, or when they are captured by the softwares and they do not work properly, then you have a virus in your system. So for this, you need to have the antiviruses in your system. But the question arises that how this virus comes to the system. So certain viruses, your computers get infected by the certain viruses in any of the following ways. Maybe that you have received any of the infected file from somewhere. That file already had the virus, and when you installed it in your system, you got it into your system, that got infected. Or maybe that you have the pen drives, you used some pen drives in someone's system that had the virus, then that could be transferred into your system also. They can be transferred from the infected CDs and DVDs also. If you have used the infected CDs, DVDs which already had virus, that can also infect your system. Then it can come through the email. If we are a big net users, we frequently receive mails, then the virus can come to our system through the emails. So these are some of the ways through which the virus may enter into our system. But the question is, when a virus enters into a system, what can it do? So virus can infect the softwares, but what are the things that it cannot do? It cannot infect the hardware. It cannot infect the files on the CDs or DVDs if these are not writable. If these are not writable or rewritable, then the CDs and the DVDs cannot be infected. These cannot infect any of the hardware device. Your keyboard will not be affected. Your mouse will not be affected. Now, these are the things that what a virus can do, what a virus cannot do. But now the question arises, how can we track that our computer is having a virus? So for tracking, we have certain symptoms. We have certain signs which show us that maybe that our system is having virus. First is that your computer may become very slow. It will take time to boot up. It will take time to open up the applications for you. You may find that there is a change in the file size. File size often get changed. Your computer often stops responding. You have opened something, you was working in any of the applications smoothly, but suddenly the application stops responding. So this is also a sign, a symptom of having virus in your computer. Your number of files may increase. Maybe that you have created a folder of one name, and suddenly you find that the 5 copies or 10 copies of certain folders are there. So these unusual number of files in the folder is also a sign of virus in your system. You may get some error message. Some error messages may appear on the screen, and these error messages are usual. These are useless, unusual messages. Maybe that you even don't have a CD drive in your system, but you get a message that the door of the CD drive is open. So this is an unusual message. This also is an indication of virus in your system. Or your system may start restarting itself on its own. So frequently you will find that the system is restarting. If you find all these symptoms, all these signs while working, you can make out that your system is having virus, and we need to clean it up. We need to clean up. We need to scan our system, and we need to clean up all these viruses and the spam files or temporary files or the folders. Now, what is a spam? Spam actually stands for superfluous piece of additional mail. So we need to remove all these. We need to remove viruses. We need to remove spam files. We need to remove temporary files. We need to remove certain unwanted folders if we want that our system should work properly. So how can we do this? So for this, the first and the foremost thing we need to do is we have to install and use an antivirus software. Second, keep your antivirus software updated. You should have the latest version of the antivirus software. Anything that is downloaded from the internet, you should scan it all the time. Scanning should be done so that it could be found out that what is the stuff that you need to remove from your system. Unknown mails that you received from an unknown sender, from an unknown person, you should not open them. Do not allow any of the untrustworthy person or whom you are not very sure of to use your system. Whenever you receive any pen drive or CD, if it is unknown to you, please do not use it. And never click on the pop-up windows that you receive on surfing from the internet. So these are the ways how can you remove the virus, or how can you take care of viruses from not entering into your system.